Hey Shoujo fans, welcome to episode 64 of the Shoujo Sundae podcast. This week we will be covering the finale of Sasaki and Miyano. Let's dig in.
私の心がアラモードベイビー I'd make you more than happy けどゆっくりしようね Brain freeze ご注意できるかな Handle me
Well, we've made it.
We did. And it's hard to let these boys go.
It is. Up top, we want to thank Pearl Lowe and the Yaoi Shelf for coming to guest for this particular show with us. We had so much fun talking with them.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It was so wonderful to be able to share this show with other people, especially like experts in the genre.
Yeah, most definitely. So guys, I feel like you would already be following them, but if you aren't following Pearl, Fumi-chan on Twitter and Instagram and getting into like the amazingness that's Wheels and Roses.
Yes.
Or the Yaoi Shelf with Amanda and Corolla. They're so much fun as well. They have their own podcast. Please do so because these are amazing people.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and also, friends, listeners, if you would like to leave a 1-minute voicemail talking about how much Shoujo Sundae means to you, this is the last week for you to do so. So if you want to have your message possibly be added into our anniversary show, please make sure to click the SpeakPipe link in our show notes. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. We hope you leave us a message.
Please, and be very nice.
Yes.
I mean, not that you would be mean, but you know what I mean, y'all.
A mean voicemail. That would be so sad.
Right? It's just like, I hate Shoujo Sundae.
Calling us anime tourists.
Right. Or, it's the Blue Spring Ride Avengers. Oh
my God.
Don't.
No,
Please
Ko is
don't.
actually a great male lead because XYZ.
I mean, if you leave that, however we react during the episode is on you, but please don't.
Right. If you ironically leave that, I would really get a kick out of it, though.
We would just calmly laugh and then move to the next voicemail.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, please leave a little message. We can't wait to compile them and listen to them together. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into episode 10 of Sasaki and Miyano, Love. Here's our soft serve summary. At the cafe, Hanzawa is telling fortunes and Miyano has a session with him. He asks for advice in feeling more confident in his desires, and Hanzawa advises him to continue forward even if he's uncertain. As Sasaki watches from a distance, the drag competition is held and ends with Miyano being named runner-up. The festival ends and the two boys watch the fireworks together from the school. Miyano, abashed by Sasaki's open affection towards him and unwilling to risk hurting him, asks for more time to give him an answer on Sasaki's feelings. Sasaki agrees as he conceals his own anxiety and impatience. Sometime later at the mall, Miyano runs into Sasaki, who is there shopping with his older sister and Ogasawara. Ogasawara asks Miyano what he thinks of Sasaki, and Miyano sheepishly says he admires him. Sasaki intervenes before Ogasawara can push further and changes the subject. Sasaki and Miyano see a yaoi film together alongside a mostly female audience and afterwards overhear two other moviegoers innocently speculating that they are on a date. Miyano finally accepts that he is in love with Sasaki. And that's our summary. Giana, do you have a theme?
I kind of do. I really super struggled with themes for these episodes.
Same.
So this is the only one I really have a attempted theme for, and it's sometimes we already know the truth we're seeking deep down in our hearts. And I feel like I used that for a theme recently, but here we are.
No, I think it perfectly fits.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you have?
My theme is, because I was irritated. Today has been...
No, same. I'm so sorry if our usual shoujo sparkles are not shining through the way that Sasaki and Miyano deserve, but we're doing our best and we love this show.
Yeah, we're doing our best. It's just that, you know, sometimes hard days happen. But
yeah,
in any case, so my theme is don't be self-centered to the point of hurting others.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was kind of gunning for Miyano at that point.
No, I had a moment. I couldn't bear to put it in anything lower than banana split, but I did have a moment, yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
You got it covered.
I did.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any sprinkle on top?
I don't have any sprinkles on top, except for that I just want everybody to know, because this was in my head and now it has to be in yours, that Sasamiya to the tune of Mamma Mia has been stuck in my head for the past like few days.
Sasamiya.
Here I go again. I might insert a clip of me singing that. We'll see. Probably not. But if I feel like it, it'll be here.
Yeah.
Sasamiya, here I go again. My, how can I resist you? Sasamiya, goes to show again. My, just how much I missed you.
It's not a sprinkle, but hey, it was in my head.
Might as well. Like, yeah.
How can I resist you? Like,
right. You know, this is the month of love, the month of pride. Of course, we're going to sing for you.
Right. And Mamma Mia.
At that, yeah. Okay, let's move into Floats Your Boat. What's one of your likes?
Okay, the first thing that I have is that I love the custom tarot deck that was made for the Hooligan Cafe.
Yes!
Guys, we're actually recording on a full moon, so I will be getting into my cards later. So I'm more of an oracle girly than a tarot girly because tarot intimidates me. But I honestly loved everything about the depiction of tarot in this anime. It's the most, like, accurate fictional depiction, I think, of tarot I've seen thus far and what I've consumed.
Yeah. They even had the Hanged Man.
And even the way that Hanzawa was like, concentrate on like your question while you're shuffling the cards and then intuitively pick a card to read. Like, that's so accurate. I really, really loved wow, I can speak. The depiction of tarot in this.
Me too. I don't do it myself. I do have a deck. I don't do it myself. I tend to just watch other people that do tarot talk about the cards. Or then if I feel inclined, I might just be like, hey, I'll commission you to like figure out what's going on with me.
Yeah.
Like with tarot and stuff. But I liked the depiction of it. It was just really open about that.
Yeah. And the art on the cards is great.
Right, yeah. And I just like that rather than it being, oh, it's mystical, this crystal ball. It's like, no, like you can ask questions and figure out what you want to do based on cards if that helps you.
Yeah.
And so I liked how accepting it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I've said this like last time with the Yaoi shelf, but I think the delinquent cafe idea is such a great idea.
It's a very fun idea.
Yeah. It's so cool because, like, it just was not. And then the tarot, too, was like, ooh,
what an interesting mix. Like, fortunes and delinquents.
Put them together.
Yeah, I would never put the two together. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Ooh, Sasaki stayed for the whole festival just so he could spend more time with Miyano.
That is precious.
Yeah.
He's just
so sweet.
I know. He's just a fantastic love interest.
Yeah. I mean, at times.
Well, yeah, he's not without flaws.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it interesting when Kuresawa basically tells Sasaki that he picked up on the fact that he had feelings for Miyano. And it was just like a casual conversation. There again, nobody's like prying anybody for anything. Everybody's kind of validating each other. Like we see Hanzawa do that, you know, encouraging Miyano without prying in the cafe, and that's wonderful. And like Kuresawa is kind of in his own quieter way doing the same thing with Sasaki here. And I thought that was an interesting exchange. It was nice to see them kind of have Sasaki confide in Kuresawa.
Yeah. And I just like the idea of Sasaki being able to talk with Miyano's friends too.
Yeah.
I think it's good in general. Like, of course, you know, couples are couples and each person in a couple have their own set of friends. But being able to openly converse with the other person's close friends is also great because then they're looking out for you. But then at the same time, also just making it open so that when y'all hang out with each other all together, then it's going to be copacetic and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
What is some of your likes?
So Sasaki has this thought that was very adorable to me. He kind of thinks back to when Miyano is saying that he'll look different at 50. And Sasaki kind of has this realization come over him, like, Miyano's really thinking long term here. You know, That realization kind of made my heart flutter a little bit. I don't know if that's exactly what Miyano meant, but it's a very cute thought to have.
Right. No, I think it was nice for him to say that because, like, Sasaki has been living off of crumbs for literal months.
Oh my God, yeah.
So him just being like, oh, he's thinking long term. This is great. And it's like, yes. Feel a little bit better, Sasaki.
Right. Whatever you gotta do, man.
Yeah. Something that I liked was, I guess just moving to the next day when they're at the store. I like that Sasaki didn't force Miyano to meet his sister.
Oh, right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he consciously didn't like actively introduce his sister to Miyano because of the fact that, like, you know, he is really doing his best to think from Miyano's perspective, and it's like he hasn't said yes or no yet, so meeting family would be a lot.
Yeah, that would be for sure.
Yeah.
I do have another like from the festival.
Oh, okay.
It was just when Sasaki kind of touches Miyano after the competition, and Miyano's like blushing so hard and like not really knowing how to handle it, kind of being flustered by it, but also enjoying the touch. I just put it, you know, in all caps, like the touch and blush after the competition. The tension was just really speaking to me there.
Yeah. It was very cute. I think because I had mixed feelings about not the competition, but about Sasaki, I kind of housed that in Banana Split.
Okay.
But that particular interaction was very cute.
Yeah, yeah. The next thing I have is after they see the movie, but I don't know if you have anything in between.
Oh, between that, and this is actually my last floats your boat, it was when Ogasawara was talking with Miyano. And he asked Miyano what he thinks of Sasaki. The reason why I particularly liked it is because Ogasawara is Sasaki's friend. And while I don't think that Ogasawara knows that Sasaki likes Miyano in that way, because he was able to describe his feelings for Hirano and describe his feelings about the chairman, I believe. He was just like, well, what do you think about Sasaki? Because you're always with him. So he's expecting Miyano to speak very highly of Sasaki. And as a friend, I feel like that's a good thing to do. I know that Sasaki saw that as, oh, Ogasawara is prying and possibly hurting Miyano maybe, but that wasn't really like the case. I feel like putting him on the spot is making him acknowledge his feelings.
Yeah.
So why not press him about what do you think about Sasaki?
Yeah, like really make him think about it.
Yeah, because he keeps putting this shit off. It's like, no, think about it. What do you like?
Right. I just have 2 more floats your boat.
Okay.
The next thing I have is right after they see the film, Miyano's just gushing about the movie. And I just think it's adorable that he can be an unfiltered version of himself around Sasaki and like not even think twice about it. He just is fully into all of the things he's into and loud about it. And he doesn't have to really hold any of that back.
Yeah, and I think people take that for granted, in a sense. Like, I mean, we just mentioned Ogasawara. Ogasawara does not like BL, and his girlfriend is a full-on fujoshi that always talks about it, and so he just doesn't get it. Versus Miyano and Sasaki, Miyano can fully talk about what he likes, and Sasaki is also interested and understands where he's coming from. So
yeah,
it's really nice to see.
And my last floats your boat is, of course, when Sasaki kind of pulls Miyano out of his head, kind of worrying about those girls, speculating if they're dating. This really jumpstarts Miyano's heart. And finally, he realizes if these feelings aren't the real deal, then what is? Finally. Oh my God, I loved that moment a lot. We could say stuff, I guess, about girls speculating or whatever if we really want to think into it. But just the fact that Sasaki was able to sort of pull him out of the discomfort he had of kind of being noticed in that way and make his heart finally realize the truth within it. I loved that so very much.
Right. I have feelings. It's just not in this segment.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll say that about Sasaki is just he's so conscientious. I think that's the right word of Miyano.
Yeah.
Or conscious of him. That he's just don't worry about what random people think. Pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's all my floats your boat.
Okay, let's move into Banana Split. Okay, so I said Miyano finding out he likes Sasaki and immediately not feeling confident in his feelings is so... Because the thing is... In the prior episode, he literally says, I like him, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it felt like this episode felt like a step back in the sense that previously Miyano admitted that he liked Sasaki.
Yeah.
And so then in this episode, he's like, I like him, but I'm not confident. And it's just bro, please.
I know. I feel like he's my son. He is my son. He's my anime son. I've claimed him. So I'm I want to be so gentle with him. I think he's suppressing because he's scared.
Yeah.
And he's never identified this way before. So he's going back and forth and not being confident because he's well, what if I don't really feel this way after all? And I'm just thinking that I do. And he's just so deeply in his head. And I can kind of relate in my own way by getting deeply in my own head about things. So I absolutely understand the frustration because same. I'm also frustrated. Come on, you know that we know that you know. So, yeah, I'm totally with you. I'm just oh, but that is my baby.
Yeah, I just want him to snap out of it. Stop second guessing. You got this.
Yes, definitely. My banana split was essentially that.
Oh.
Kind of, well, not essentially that, but the fact that he again says to Sasaki to wait a little longer. I'm just
that was hot fudge.
I know. I couldn't bear to put it in any more of a negative than banana split because I just love it all so much. But
okay.
It comes from me understanding that he's so deeply in his head. But I would rather him just not say anything at all. It would be different if Sasaki was like, hey, do you have an answer? And he was like, no, wait a little longer. But he like unprompted is like, wait a little longer. I'm like, you didn't have to bring it up, Miyano. He knows he's waiting. He's waiting until you bring it up that you're definitive here, man.
Right.
Yeah. It's like the truth is right there, but he's talking himself out of it. And like, if you keep your walls up even to yourself, you're just guaranteeing to isolate yourself.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, let me just do it now. Because it's like,
that's fine.
I felt so badly for Sasaki.
Yeah, me too.
Because why? It was so selfish for him to say that. Just be quiet.
Yeah, he didn't have to say it. I probably should have put it in ice cream, you scream. I'm sorry. I just
No, it's because you see him as your son,
He's
and
my
it's just
son.
like right. But me as like the firm aunt is like no,
the no nonsense aunt.
right. Get your head out of your ass. We gotta get this together.
It's like, sweetheart, you're gay.
You're gay, okay, and
or
it's
queer
fine.
in some way, in some fashion. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
But so is this household. Why are you hesitating?
You raised by your bisexual mother.
Right. Been queer. Like,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, I think the other banana split I had was one, I just keep getting these vibes, right? And we'll probably speak about it more in a different episode. But I just kept getting these vibes that Hanzawa liked Miyano.
Yeah, I was a little confused by that too. I didn't really make notes about Hanzawa, but I was definitely thinking thoughts. So yeah, we'll definitely get into it, I think, later. But I was confused by that a bit as well.
Because during the tarot scene, right, like Miyano leaves and then he gets like the hangman and he's like, oh, just have to accept the decision. It's like, what are you accepting?
Right.
Tell the class. Well, not the class, but the audience.
Yes.
What like us, what do you have to accept? Because for me, all of this play when it came to him, after a certain point, I was just like, get out of my face. But we'll get into it in another episode.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I will say finally about Sasaki. Sasaki having mixed feelings about the cross-dressing competition, even while it was happening, was getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
It was just, you already accepted it. He said he was going to do it. And then he said the reason why he was doing it. So it's not like Miyano was not peer pressured into doing this competition. So him still having, why do you have mixed feelings? Do you think that some person in the crowd is going to be like, I'm whisking Miyano away? Like, come on now.
Yeah, that's quite a leap.
I just didn't get it because even when he was talking to Kuresawa, he was just like, like, would you want him to do it? What is the big deal about him cross-dressing?
Right. I don't really understand that either.
Right. Because my thing is, if you know you like him, he is gay. We don't have time for people in the community to be offended by other parts of the community because there are cross-dressers that are in the LGBT community.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even if they weren't, like, still, like, it's not that big of a deal. The outfit wasn't even that cute. The hairstyle was not even that cute. I mean,
Right.
Sorry.
No, I was right there with you. I'm like, oh, they could have done better for him.
They could have done better. Like, even the fact, I think one of the episodes they talked about how Miyano cut his hair for the wig. If you don't get a wig cap, like, you're putting on makeup, like, commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Get a wig cap. Do better makeup.
I guess that's why he was the runner-up.
Right. And then he was just like, oh, I guess I was more masculine than the other person. I was just like, please.
Please.
Please. Like, let's not go into weird, like, oh, like, no.
Yeah.
You are gay. Like, it doesn't, like, whether you're mask or, it doesn't matter.
Right.
We're just queer now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how it is.
That's just how it is.
Yeah. But that's all I had for Banana Split.
Me too.
Do you have any rocky road or nuts?
I have one rocky road.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I didn't like tear up or anything. I just kind of like felt like a punch to the gut in a way when we see Sasaki want to like reach out and touch Miyano in like this kind of close moment they're having, but retracting his hand, being like, how much can I touch him kind of thing. And it just reiterates over and over again how much he's like, how long he's been carrying these extremely strong feelings for this person and how much restraint he's shown and been waiting for an answer. Like, it all just kind of hit me all at once watching his hand retract that way. And I felt really deeply and just kind of empathized with him in my own way. So that's why that's in Rocky Road.
Right. Like, my thing is, if we were going to do a fanfic, right?
I'm listening.
If we were going to do a fanfic, I would have had what is it? The second lead syndrome, another lead come in that starts paying attention to Sasaki to get Miyano's head out of his ass.
That's what I was thinking was going to happen. That's what I thought that the middle school crush coming back in was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be this whole, like, mini arc where she's, like, kind of back in his life and he's just, like, not feeling it and constantly thinking of Sasaki instead. But that's not what happened. But yeah, no. I'm right there with you.
But my thing is, I would have wanted that for Sasaki because I think that it would have jump-started all of this stuff. Because we had, like, this is episode 10? It took, like, 12, right? For this to get situated.
Yeah.
Like, and another second lead person for Sasaki would have cleaned that shit right up. Because first of all, Sasaki is too fine to have waited that many months. And to be...
yes.
What is it? Realistic. To be realistic about high school romance, I'm going to tell you something. After a couple, I might hold out for like 3 months and then I would move on.
Oh, in high school, 3 months is such a long time.
It is. That's why it's like, ooh, like...
The limit. Because there's no way I confess to you in the summer and I'm about to graduate and you still haven't told me get away from me. That's way too much.
That's too long. Too long. But yeah, so that was just a fanfic. My bad, y'all, because that wasn't really Rocky Road and I didn't have any.
No, it's okay. I actually don't have any more points, so I'm just here to chime in.
Okay, cool. I already did Hot Fudge, so we're into I Scream, You Scream for me. I don't understand why Miyano closes himself off the way he does. He needs time for literally everything.
Yeah, he is quite the overthinker, and I think it would do him well to process some of these thoughts with other people.
Yeah.
I think going in circles in your own head only helps for so long before you really should like sit down and be like, hey, this is what's going on. Can you help me process this with someone close? And it's clear that his friends would be like more than happy to help him.
Right. Like if he just talked to Kuresawa for real, this shit might have been done by episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like my thing is, even as an overthinker, to me, 'cause I overthink too. It's too many months. How long? Like, the thing is, him asking for more time, he's not thinking about it. He keeps putting the shit off and pushing it off and pushing it off. And that's not fair.
No, it's not. It's not. Like, it gets to be a certain point where if the answer is an I don't know, it's a no. If it's not a resounding yes, it's a no.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last one I have is, my bad. Well, Miyano confirming he has feelings for Sasaki at the end of this episode did nothing for me.
Oh, okay. You know, I get it. It's frustrating to be in this limbo still.
Yeah, because, like, it didn't do anything for me because the first time he did it, that's when it meant something to me. And
okay.
So,
Yeah.
This time, it's just like, it's like somebody saying, I like him. Wait some time. I like him. Okay.
Yeah.
But you said that, but okay. Yeah. But yeah, so let's move into episode 11. What do I do about these feelings? Here's our summary. Hanzawa sees Sasaki and Miyano at the movie theater and notices their mutual attraction. Miyano decides to tell Sasaki how he feels about him, but struggles to work up the courage. He's persuaded to further postpone his confession after hearing a superstition that couples who get together right before Christmas will break up shortly after. During winter break, Miyano runs into Hanzawa and his older brother at the mall. Hanzawa recalls how his 2 older brothers came out to their mom in the presence of himself and their sister. The break ends, but Miyano is unable to find time alone with Sasaki to confess to him. Finally, he is able to arrange to walk home with him after school. Sasaki asks why he always changes the arm he carries his school bag on when he sees him, and Miyano explains that it's a habit he developed so his bag wouldn't knock into Sasaki when they walk together. Touched by the subtle gesture, Sasaki attempts to kiss him, but Miyano inadvertently pushes him away. Sasaki then runs away in embarrassment and shame. And that's our summary. So, Giana, do you have a theme?
I'm sorry, I do not. Do you?
It's kind of a gag. It's not a theme for real. I just said anticipation kills.
Oh, right. But like, for real.
Yeah.
I was dying.
Yeah. Because I was just like, oh God. Like,
I knew either this episode was going to be like, there's this beautiful confession like at the jump, and then we get to see some like really cute relationship content, or it's going to be a long stretched out like weird miscommunication where there's tension and we wonder what's going to happen. Are the feelings going to be confessed? Is it going to be stretched out into episode 12? And it was the latter.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Do you have any sprinkle on top? Because I don't.
No.
That's okay. Well, let's move into Floats Your Boat. What's one of yours?
Okay, so the first thing that I have is that I thought it was very kind of cute in its own way. I realize it could almost be a little bit banana split just because of like, I'm sure we were both a little frustrated with like Miyano's reluctance and such throughout the end of the series, but he was just so flustered by his own feelings and like the intensity that they were like welling up inside him that he was just like wondering how and when is the right time to confess those feelings, because he only knew for sure that he wanted to do it really badly. He just didn't know when and where. And I thought that that was like kind of cute to see him like flustered.
Yeah. And I thought, for me, I think I had that as well. Because I was just like, I don't like the obstacles, but I appreciate Miyano attempting to initiate things.
Yes, definitely. After all this time.
After all of this time, but then it's just like, now it just makes you want to applaud Sasaki more for taking as much initiative as he did. Because Miyano is just struggling to get a word in edgewise. So for me, it was like, when you're reading books and then somebody does something wrong and there's the groveling stage. Not that this was groveling. He wasn't groveling. But it's like him trying to figure out how to do it. It's like, yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. I loved especially like when they're on the train. He's like, even though all of these people are here, I still want to tell him that I like him. And that's just so cute.
It is. One of the first ones that I have, it's kind of inconsequential, but when Kuresawa decides to look out for Miyano so that he doesn't have to do that group project thing or meetup for Christmas.
Yeah, that was some good looking out.
For real. Because, like, if I don't have to meet y'all on Christmas, I'm not gonna do it, bro. I'll see you after winter break, for real.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I also liked in that same scene, oh my gosh, what is his name? Is it Yashiro? Is it Tashiro?
It's Tashiro.
Okay. Tashiro, assuming that Sasaki and Miyano were already dating. Like,
that scene, I have that as well. Miyano's like choking in shock. And he's like, you aren't phased? And Tashiro's like, by what? And Kuresawa's like, you're a good guy. And I just love this immediate support of newly queer friends.
Right. Once Tashiro got with the program, he had no issue with it at all.
Yes, yeah.
So I thought that was nice.
Me too.
That's one thing I will say about the whole series. I'm glad that we didn't have to run into homophobia
within friends.
Within friends.
Like people who are close to the characters.
Very, very close, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I also have plans to celebrate Sasaki if he gets into the college he wants to.
Oh, yeah, that was adorable.
Very, very cute. Because I was just like, yeah, celebrate together. Meanwhile, of course, Sasaki's like, oh, if you get into the school you want, we could celebrate. It's just like, bro, Miyano was right. It's like, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that Sasaki kind of takes the pressure off of Miyano by inviting him to an exhibit on Christmas, because Miyano's in his head like, all right, how am I going to ask him to hang out on Christmas? I'm going to like figure out a way. And he's like really nervous. And then Sasaki's like, oh, there's this thing on Christmas. We should go. And I'm like, oh, I love that you took the pressure off of him.
Right. I mean, if I was Miyano, all you would have to do is, this is going to sound so bad. Like, I don't hate him. It's just that I was irritated. Okay. Like, but all he had to do is just pay attention to the fact that Sasaki is literally always making sure that they find time for each other and just go. Like, he didn't have to overthink anything. Sasaki would have figured something out, a reason for them to meet up on Christmas anyway. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. I will say Hanzawa's brother sort of checking up on him in that sense, like after Miyano leaves. I thought that was nice.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
In the sense that he was just like, hey, if you do like boys, I accept you and we could tell mom together.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, okay. But then he was also paying attention. That's why it's weird. But different segment. But I mean, you know, I think it's nice to see families actually caring for their families. So
no, that is very nice.
Yeah. Do you have any other floats your boat?
Oh, yeah. I have two.
Okay.
The first one I have, I think it was Hanzawa, or was it Sasaki in this episode, who jokes about Miyano's height. And he's like, oh, last year you were up to my waist or something.
Oh, Sasaki?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe they both did. I know that Hanzawa did like a pat thing.
That might have been in the next episode or something. I can't remember.
It might have all melded together. I didn't remember.
Yeah, but I just thought that was very funny to like tease him about his height. Like, oh, poor baby, poor Miyano.
Right? Mm.
And the last thing that I have is the moving his bag to the other shoulder habit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was my last one too.
Yeah, it makes me absolutely want to go back and look for that on a rewatch.
Yeah, it was so adorable.
Mm-hmm. It's so considerate.
It's so considerate and conscientious. And it's like, I would have gotten, if Sasaki didn't try to take it that far, I would have gotten him feeling like the need to be physical in some way.
Yeah.
Maybe like a hug or something. Like, you could still hug. It's not.
Yeah. I don't. Well, I don't know how to phrase that. I understand why he felt the need to like, or the desire, not need, to embrace him. But yeah, we can talk about that.
Different. Yeah. Okay. Let's move into Banana Split. So I don't care about the chair. Like I said, chairman. I switch between chairman and Hanzawa, but I don't care about Hanzawa's feelings on Sasaki and Miyano, to be honest.
Like on their relationship?
I don't really care because like there are times where he comes off like, oh, I'm supporting. And like most of the time it's like that. It's just that these past inklings of does he like Miyano has really just been throwing my ass off.
Yeah.
It throws me. So from seeing him observe them and be like, oh, they are together. And it's just like, if you aren't gonna say anything, get off the playground. Like, not to Miyano, but to the audience that, oh, he liked Miyano. Come on now.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit confusing. I liked when he was around to like help and like lend advice and kind of help steer Miyano in the right direction, but it kind of seemed like he overstayed his welcome a little bit.
Yeah, because it's like, it's different with Hirano in that Hirano truly was like fairy godfather, like the entire series.
Yes.
And had his own thing, which we'll get to later. But I prefer that versus this idea, I don't know, that maybe Hanzawa liked Miyano but didn't know how to act on his feelings, so I'm going to just support who he loves instead. Like, that's very convoluted and weird. It was weirdly introduced to a point that it's like, I don't care about it. I don't really want it. So,
yeah, I didn't think he had feelings for Miyano, but it kind of seemed like it was implied, so it's all just like very confusing.
Yeah. What's your banana split?
So I just have one banana split, and it's when Miyano has a thought, and he's like, a guy doesn't want another guy to tell him he's cute. I'm like, Miyano. Because he wants to tell Sasaki that he's cute. And I'm like, my boy, has Sasaki not said that to you like a billion times over the last year? Like, hello?
A gajillion.
Yeah. He would love a compliment. Oh my God, it would make his whole day.
It would.
God.
So over it.
I'm like shaking him.
Stop. Every time he thinks about something and it's like, oh, Sasaki would like it, like he mentally starts fucking it up, and it's stop doing that.
Stop it,
please.
Miyano. Yeah.
I have 3 other banana splits.
Okay.
One of them is, I know that Miyano likes BL, but does he have other hobbies? Like, I think Fudanshi are capable of having more than one hobby.
Absolutely. Yeah. Most people are like multifaceted in that they're into a range of things. So, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and it's like, it just feels like the whole series was just so centered on Miyano and his interest in this and that. And it's like, what about Sasaki? Like, yes, Sasaki likes him, but Sasaki likes music. Why don't we learn more about Sasaki liking music? Or other stuff, like, he works at a bakery. Like, what are those interactions like?
Right. They keep bringing up the bakery, and we haven't seen this bakery. Like, I really, truly thought, again, if there was going to be, like, a confession at the bakery or something, like, I don't know. I just thought we were going to end up in this bakery at some point because it just kept coming up.
Over and over and over again, and it doesn't happen.
I had a thought. But I'll wait. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, even when it came to that fanfic idea I came up with earlier, it's like that's where it could come from, because Sasaki is so good looking, you think other people aren't hitting on him?
Right, yeah.
Come on.
With his little bandana at the shop, like his hair pushed back.
Right, with the band, yeah. So then Miyano goes to the bakery, right? And then he sees people fawning the fuck over Sasaki, including a guy. And then it's like jealousy. What? Huh?
Right.
He likes me. Wait, like, come on now.
Meanwhile, I'm like, because they were like, sorry for the fanfic moment. Maybe I'll cut this if it's too much or whatever. But when they're talking to Miyano, and I think it's like at the height of like, there's about to be a confession, and they're talking to him saying that he's at the bakery or whatever. I'm like, what? What if like he ordered something from the bakery and like somehow incorporated it into his confession somehow? The more I'm thinking on it, I'm like, wait, this might be stupid and I'm too embarrassed to like say it out loud.
No,
but
that like so cute. Like that would have been so cute. Like ordered delivery for some cake, right? And it's just like this cake that, and they specifically ask, like, they ask them to write, let's go out on whatever, on the cake. And then he ends up going to Miyano's house, and Miyano's just like, yeah, this cake is actually for you.
Right, like put like, I like you on the cake or something.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. But anyway, besides the other fanfic.
Right. I'm in like writing romance mode right now, like hardcore. So that's just like where all this is coming from.
Yeah. The last banana splits I have is one that Miyano should know more about Sasaki, which we kind of got into anyway. And we learned that Miyano is an only child.
Yes.
So I was just like, oh, maybe Miyano being an only child plays into his self-centeredness. Besides the fact that of like how old he is. Like, his life has been so centered around him the whole time that thinking about somebody else, like, he can, but it's different.
I see what you mean.
But that's what I had for Banana Split. Do you have any Rocky Road or Nuts? I don't.
I have one of each.
Oh, okay.
So my Rocky Road is that when Hanzawa sees Sasaki and Miyano's happiness around each other, it makes him believe that his brothers will also be able to find love and be happy too. And I just thought that was very touching. I guess he was like kind of concerned because of like stigmas and stuff like that. So it was just like really, really touching to see him thinking about his brothers and concerned for their happiness in that way.
Yeah, bro, I'm trying so hard not to just be like, Chika has trauma.
Oh, no.
But like, it was like me coming out. I remember I came out to like one of my siblings, and then they like took it upon themselves to like go to the parent that was most likely to be homophobic to like come up with some fake scenario about people being bi.
Okay.
And I was so upset.
Yeah, that's really awful.
I was so upset because it was just like, that's not the conversation that you should have. Two, it's like, I just confided in you, and then now here you are coming up with fake scenarios, and you're going to make her think about it, and it's like, I'm not ready. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
So to see Hanzawa's sibling or his brother just be like, hey, like, if you need somebody to be there, I'll be there for you. I want you to be happy. Are you happy? Da-da-da-da-da. You lit up. It was very nice to see just how supportive he is, or he was. Yeah.
Yeah. My nuts point is just their fucking teacher. Like, that is an amount of energy that I would just like to ask for a single ounce of. Like, Jesus Christ. I just can't get over how wild their teacher was.
I mean, when it comes to energy, you know, like, I gotta get up in the morning, so it's like, if it's really bad, then I'll mix energy drinks together, but I don't know if I'd ever have that same amount of energy.
Right. No, that seems like it's coming from deep within his spirit.
Yeah.
But that's it. I just got some ice cream, used cream.
Okay, I have hot fudge.
Okay.
So, one, ew at Hanzawa's mom thinking about grandkids while talking to her children who are literally still in school, like mandated school, not college.
Yeah, I had Hanzawa's mom in ice cream, used cream, but it could very easily be hot fudge. And it was most specifically the fact that when Hanzawa told his mother that he was straight, he could sense relief from her.
Right. And it's like, and that's why, to be honest, if this is true, I don't particularly like it because I just don't like the way that it went about it. But I feel like Hanzawa is family.
I do too. I do too.
I think he's bi. I don't think that he is, because he does talk to girls still or whatever, I feel like he's bi. But in any case, it's like his mom feeling relief. Like, first of all, you asked all of your sons, what about your daughter?
Right.
Okay. Not that I would like it, but it's like, you might as well ask all of your kids this entirely ridiculous question.
I guess the boys, I guess they carried the family name or whatever.
I heard in Japan, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I heard that in Japan, if there are like gay couples, because of the fact that gay marriage isn't like allowed still, what they end up doing is like they adopt their partners.
Okay.
So that they all have the same last name. And then that's how they're able to access like, insurance, things like that, which is kind of crazy that they have to go. But yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's like a whole separate conversation.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah. So to me, it's like, I wonder if in those scenarios, if they just don't allow people to adopt, if there is no designated like female in the house or something. Because I would think as long as they're a stand-up citizen and don't have like crimes and terrible like mental health issues or whatever, like they should be allowed to adopt kids.
Yeah.
So then that's a way of having grandkids.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Or then, I mean, I know here, I don't know if they can do that in Japan. I know here, like, there are plenty of gay couples. I mean, they are able to get married, but they'll have a baby through surrogate. And it's just one of the couple's, like, sperm. And then it's like, that's their child and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, it was just really gross because it's like you're talking about grandkids like now. That reminds me of like when I used to deal with, that sounds so bad, when I used to deal with my external family and I would go to functions and they would just be like, when are you getting married? And it's like I was clearly like 20 and it's just like,
oh my God.
Bro, like, can I graduate from college? What are you talking about?
Right.
They used to inappropriately be asking that shit all the time. I was like, what? Well, when are you going to get married? Did you see the ring on my finger? Because I don't see one.
Right. Have I been bringing someone to the holidays? No?
Right.
Then fuck off.
Right. Did I bring anybody around you? And the thing is, people be asking, oh, when are you going to get married? Baby, when is your divorce happening?
Right.
How about that? But no, don't worry about it. I've never gone that far. I've thought it. I've never gone that far. But in any case, yeah. So that was one. The other one is, oh, yeah, Sasaki. Okay. So I get Sasaki feeling overcome by the fact that Miyano had been considering him this whole time and wanting to act on it. And I know that this didn't even bother Miyano, which is kind of confusing given like what we know about his character. But why would Sasaki try to kiss Miyano in the middle of a school hallway?
Yeah, that's a lot. If they were like outside of school, it would make more sense almost. I
Right.
still don't approve of trying to kiss someone you don't have an answer from.
Right. No, like, because that was the next part of it. Of, first of all, why would you do it in a school hallway? But second of all, he's never answered you. Why would you then think I should kiss him? You about to fuck everything up before it starts again. Like, not that he, because I mean, I know he didn't know that Miyano liked him at that point, but it's just like, just one step forward, 10 back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like the school hallway, anybody could walk on it. And you know how sensitive Miyano is when it comes to perception of like other people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah, that irritated me.
Rightfully so.
Like, I know that Miyano, because he does, like, he was just, one, he was mentally like, I would have been okay with it. But then, two, it's like, wow, we are in the school hallway. Like, he didn't even think about it. I thought about it first.
I was thinking about it too, yeah.
And I was just like, what? What?
Yeah, time and place.
Time and place. But that's all I had for a hot fudge. So we can move into ice cream, you scream. I just had hot fudge, so what are your ice cream, you scream?
Okay, I just have two left now. And the first one I have is when the fucking teacher said, couples who get together in time for Christmas are destined to break up. And it ramps up Miyano's anxiety about confessing to Sasaki. And I was like, he was fucking ready, you bitch. Damn you. Like, he took so long to get to this point of being ready, and now you're prolonging it more, creating more space for him to, like, give himself doubts for no reason again. Like, this is the opposite of where is the faculty. This is, like, get the fuck out, faculty.
Right. Because, like, first of all, why do y'all have superstitions around Christmas when y'all don't are y'all Christian? Y'all don't even celebrate it. Fuck the superstition, Miyano. Get past it. Because that man was just talking to talk.
Right.
Yeah.
And my other ice cream you scream is kind of a nitpick. I wish that we were able to see more of Sasaki and Miyano, like, on Christmas at the exhibit. I feel like we really didn't get any Christmas content with them. I again, there's so many, like, I was like, maybe this is leading up to a Christmas confession, where it's like, rather than it being in time for Christmas, it was like on Christmas, so it's like not the superstition. I don't know, but I just kind of wished we got to see more of them, like, interacting on Christmas. I feel like it would have been really cute.
That really, to be honest, it's not that it's bad, because, like, the OVA that we got to watch, unlike My Happy Marriage, like, fuck you, Netflix, you should have put the OVA on for that. But we did watch the OVA, and we are going to cover that as well. But, like, I don't know, I was glad to see stuff about Hirano, but at the same time, I think it would have been cute if that was the OVA episode, was what they did on Christmas.
Yeah, I have thoughts about what I wish the OVA episode was.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Yeah. But yeah, okay. Let's move into episode 12, the actual finale. Just beginning. Here's our soft serve summary. Miyano chases after Sasaki, but is unable to catch up with him. Outside the school, he meets Hanzawa and Hirano and asks for their help. Hanzawa tells him how his brothers have faced social stigma and argue with their partners, but says he believes he and Sasaki would be happy together and encourages Miyano to pursue him. Miyano leaves to see Sasaki at his house, while Sasaki arrives home and chastises himself for violating Miyano's boundaries. Hirano leaves a voicemail for Sasaki, falsely claiming that he's forgotten some of his things in hopes that he'll run into Miyano on the way back to school. Sure enough, Sasaki ends up meeting Miyano at the train station, and they go to an empty park to talk alone. Sasaki asks for forgiveness for going over the line in his advances, but to his surprise, Miyano tells him he reciprocates his feelings, and they kiss. Afterwards, Sasaki once more asks Miyano out, which he now accepts, and they finally exchange phone numbers. In the post-credits scene, Sasaki and Miyano tell their friends at school that they're now a couple. Okay, Giana, what is your theme?
I'm sorry. I usually try to have a theme for the last episode, but I don't. But I guess I could say fucking finally.
Right, the theme that I have is finally Shoujo Sundae.
Yes! Shoujo Sundae.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Do you have any sprinkles on top?
I have one.
I have two.
Okay. We probably both have this, but it's just that their hands were cold when they were confessing to each other. And oh my God, I smiled like a little schoolgirl because that's just so precious because they were both nervous. And that was referenced earlier in the series when Miyano was up reading that book, that BL about, someone's hands being cold when they were nervous. And then he noticed Sasaki's hands were always cold and then both of their hands were cold. It's so cute. So cute.
I didn't write this in my filter boat, but when Sasaki touches his wrist with his fingertip,
stop my heart.
I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, Miyano must be dying.
Right. I feel like this is one of the rare times where it's like, oh, I actually do feel touch-starved like some of the people we see on social media. Oh, wow, passion. And then one of my sprinkles on top was when they were holding each other's face.
Oh, yeah.
Because Sasaki did it, then Miyano did it, and I was just like, it's a choice. They're both making the choice.
Yeah.
To kiss and to be with each other. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. And then the last sprinkle on top I have is, I said, it's so funny. I said, the park bench is us. Sit on us and bask in your love.
Oh.
Not for real, but the bench, the audience, we were watching this live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were sat.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I got for that. So let's move into Floats Your Boat.
Okay.
What is one of your likes?
Okay, the first thing I have is actually Miyano admitting his feelings out loud to Hanzawa.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a major moment for him to admit it to someone else. Blatantly.
I appreciated it. I think for me, that was one of my banana split because not him admitting his feelings, but more so I felt like Miyano was taking all of this time to talk to all of these other people. And I was just like, chase after Sasaki.
Yeah.
So I was just mentally like, chase after Sasaki. You're talking to this person. You're talking to this person. Let's go.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I do think it is nice because you know how cagey he is about his feelings and perceptions of other people. So it is nice to see him being able to openly say, I do like Sasaki, and this is what I like about him, and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, yeah.
This is funny because I have this in Floats Your Boat and Ice Cream You Scream. I feel like you might have the same thing. Because, I compartmentalized it because of who said it, but then the fact that this actually happened is also why it's an Ice Cream You Scream. Hirano saying that they still don't have each other's numbers. Like,
Oh my God, that's an I scream, you scream for me. Yeah. It's so unrealistic. You would absolutely have exchanged numbers if you're like hanging out outside of school and stuff.
all of the time. Like, okay, so for me, it's in I Scream, You Scream because why did 12 episodes and it's 12 episodes, but more than a year and y'all hadn't exchanged numbers?
That's just so unrealistic.
It's insane. The reason why I had it in Floats Your Boat is just because Hirano said it, because Hirano was us at that moment.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, he was.
Are you dumb? Like, the first time when he finds out that Sasaki had been waiting, and he's just like, you've been waiting all this time? And it's like, yes. See, I feel validated because somebody in the show's saying exactly what I'm thinking. And then here he does it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, my next Floats Your Boat is regarding Hirano as well, when he calls up Sasaki and tells him that he left something at school just so that he can run into Miyano on the way back.
Same.
We love a scheming friend. We love a wingman.
Right.
He's like, if he makes it to school and he misses Miyano, I'm going to smack him.
Right. Yeah. The fairy godfather until the end.
Yes.
I like the fact that while, Miyano's just like, where is he? Sasaki is realizing that he was wrong for trying to kiss Miyano at school. So it's like, as upset as I was about him doing it, I'm glad he was able to be self-aware and just be like, yeah, that was messed up. I shouldn't have done that,
Yeah.
And to think about the gravity of it, too. I think that's why it took him so long to get to his phone, because he was thinking about the gravity of what he did. And it's like, oh, did I ruin my chances and stuff?
Yeah. I was really glad that he was able to very quickly look inwardly and realize that he had done something that wasn't super okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I mean, while that wasn't okay, and I'm not ever going to condone it,
Yeah.
I did appreciate Miyano having the thought of like, but I do want to kiss him. You know, allowing himself to like go there and further explore his feelings and like want of physicality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The next thing I have is Sasaki apologizing for trying to kiss Miyano. I don't know if you have anything before that, just because we were talking about it.
No, I had Sasaki apologizing for being forceful.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had next. And Miyano's reply.
Right.
Saying that he likes him. And we're getting into our beautiful confession scene here. I don't want to take over, though.
No, please, because I just put sunset confession.
Oh, okay. So what I thought was very nice in particular, there's probably a better adjective than nice, but here we are, guys. Anyway, Miyano gets really specific in his confession, which goes to show that he truly has been contemplating on his answer for as long as Sasaki has been waiting for it. And I thought it was really, again, nice. There's probably a better word, but here we are. That he took the time to go into detail to really let Sasaki know that he has these feelings and they're genuine and he's truly thought about them. And then we get that both of their hands are cold, which we recall that is from nerves. They are nervous. They are feeling all of the feelings. And when Sasaki asks, can I hug you? And Miyano's reply is so awkward, by all means. And Sasaki's laughing because it's just such a weird thing to say. And their nerves are so endearing. And they're hugging. And it's like the hug we've all waited for, that they've waited for, which leads up to this beautiful moment of like leading up to a kiss with touching hands and like him putting his little finger into like the bottom of his sleeve. Oh, that's like such an intimate thing.
It is.
Oh my God. He's like touching his lips. Like finally he has permission to do this thing that he's wanted to do for so long and like share this space with someone and show how much he cares about this person. So he like can finally touch those lips, and he's touching his lips, and they kiss, and then they're comparing their heartbeats, which is a huge thing for me. I fucking love that in a love story. The comparing thrashing hearts. Oh my, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful confession scene. And Miyano even goes so far to like make sure he's absolutely, explicitly clear and asks Sasaki then and there to be his boyfriend. And I just thought it was so funny that he adds like, well, in volume 2 of this BL, there was a confession, but in volume 3, they still weren't dating. And it was just so distressing. So I just had to like make sure I asked you up front.
Yeah, no.
That was like so cute.
I wanted you to narrate it because I hadn't written it out. And it made me I was so giddy for them.
Yeah.
I was so happy because I feel like after a certain point, it felt like to be a fan of Sasaki was to be tortured because it's like,
Right?
okay, he liked him for so long. Then we know that Miyano liked him, but then he wasn't saying anything. And it's just like, oh my gosh, put him out of his misery. And then finally here we get this confession and he is laying it all out. And I was just like, yes,
Finally.
this is what I'm here for. Like, yes.
It's like it's been like a soda bottle that you've been shaking up for the past 12 episodes, and then you finally take the lid off, and that's the confession.
Right. And it's just everything's going everywhere. I was very happy to like see that and for him to take all of that in. And so it wasn't just what Sasaki does for him, but also like what he wants to do with him, how he feels about him, like everything.
Yeah.
I felt so happy for him because all this time Sasaki has just been open and as transparent as possible about his feelings. But then now he's finally getting all of it back. Like, it made me just so happy. Like 5 Sundays for this. Like,
Oh, 1,000%. Absolutely.
for this confession, if we had to rate confessions, like this might low key be number 1. I don't know.
Oh, it's definitely up there for me.
Yeah.
Do you have any more floats your boat?
Hug me by all means.
Oh, absolutely. That was
Cute.
so awkward and adorable.
Yeah, by all means. So cute. Oh, I also like that they held hands, but they also hugged. Oh, it was so cute.
Yeah, all the physicality was really beautifully portrayed.
I have in all caps, kiss, kiss, fall in love.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That they did.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Another, it's all combined. I'm sorry, y'all. I might feel like I'm just breadcrumbing y'all about these float your boats because it just got very reactionary at a certain point.
Oh, same, yeah.
The stars coming out of Miyano after he asked Sasaki to be his boyfriend.
That was so cute. I loved the way that those little crystals, like those like neon drawings and stars were used throughout the series to like portray emotions. And it was just so beautifully done there.
It was, because I was just like, finally. I mean, there have been times where they would use these different shoujo motifs, and it's like, what is this for? Like, there were times where they were sort of using it more as transition rather than to say, this is a meaningful moment. And so, at least for me, when this happened, I was like, finally, a meaningful moment, and then all the stars are coming out. Yeah.
I liked the use of the stars throughout. I felt like I could kind of pick up what they were putting down, you know? It wasn't always for like the most deep stuff, but I liked their presence and the way they kind of moved the story along. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think, because it wasn't even just stars too. It was like stars, flowers, bubbles.
Triangles, yeah.
Triangles.
Sparkles.
I don't think it was all the way bad. I just think there were times where I was looking for them to be used in meaningful moments. And so then it was just like, is this meaningful? Is this meaningful? Yeah. Okay. I have 2 more floats to your boat.
Me too.
Oh, okay. I've just been gushing this whole time, so you can go.
Oh, no, it's okay. They're both super quick. One is they finally exchanged numbers. So that's great. And the last one I have is when Sasaki tells Hirano that him and Miyano were dating. Because it's like finally the fairy godfather gets to know that they're finally together.
Like everything worked out, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of mine. It was just like their friends. One, it was that Kuresawa rushes from the hospital from visiting his girlfriend to congratulate Miyano on finally getting with Sasaki.
Yes, I did like that. I do have some feelings on Kuresawa in Ice Cream You Scream, actually.
No, I get it. I think when it comes to that, like, for that, I at least like that he pulled Tashiro outside. Because I was like, yeah, you know how Miyano is. And this is kind of a lot. Like, just because you're accepting doesn't mean your whole class would be. So,
yeah.
But in any case, I was just like, oh, he rushed to say congratulations to Miyano. But then I also liked at the end where all of their friends are watching them talk to each other. And they're just happy. And I was just like, yes, your friends are happily looking on as y'all are gay. Oh.
Yeah, that is very cute. So much support.
So much. Yeah. But that's all I had.
Okay, same.
Okay, let's move into Banana Split. I already talked about Miyano taking too much time talking to other people. He should just find Sasaki. So I technically just have one banana split now.
I do too.
Okay. Well, actually, maybe I don't because didn't we talk about Hanzawa being family? I think that was my second. Yeah. Okay. So never mind. My banana split's done. So take it away.
So I actually have a question, and I know you might not have the answer to it. Do you happen to know if the manga continues the story, like past this episode?
I think it does.
Because I might need it. It's not often that I'm like, I think I need to like go buy the manga for this anime, but I'm feeling that for this series, and I think I want like the entire collection.
Yes, because like I know there's the movie, guys, but it's like we need more Sasaki and Miyano.
Yes.
We need it. And so if we have to get it from the manga, we're going to do it. Mm-hmm. I fully agree. I also, because Corolla mentioned this when they were on our episode, that Hirano and Kagi have their own like spin-off.
Yeah, I need details about that.
I need it bad. I need it real bad.
Yeah.
But we'll get there in the OVA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my only banana split. I'm just like, I need more of this. Does it continue? That was the whole question. Like, does it continue in the manga? Because I need more of this. I need more. Yeah, no, I agree. I need more as well. Yeah, I just want to see more couple content without the... Look, I love me some yearning, but we've yearned for so long that I want to see them happy together. Eclipse the yearning. I want to see dates. I want to see more kisses. Yes. I want to see, like, them interacting with their group of friends. Like, yeah. Right, can we see the fucking bakery? Can they get cake at this bakery? Yeah! I just need it. I need it. Right? Like, oh my gosh, what if he gives him, it's like, oh, here's a croissant from my bakery because you're my croissant. Like, that's so corny. That's so cute, though. Yeah. Okay. I have one rocky road. I have two. Okay, so let me do mine because yours might be more related to the actual series and mine's like slightly sad. I aspire to have somebody passionately confess to me the way that Miyano confessed to Sasaki. Girl, same. I'm out in these fucking dating app trenches right now, and I can't. Dating fucking sucks. Yeah. Please, like, just be transparent. Somebody is saying that they like me, but exactly why they like me, and different traits they notice about me, and all of this other stuff, and how they want to be closer to me. And I do want, not now, but I do want that, like, earnestness. Like, yeah. Yeah, it means so much to feel seen and loved and appreciated exactly as you are. Yeah. Like, that's truly everything. It is, like, yeah. But I'm not, please do not see that. I'm not putting out any signals at all. I've been saying this so many times. I need to get my life together. And even if I got my life together, I don't necessarily know if, if whoever I would look to for a relationship would be a listener of our, I don't know how I would feel about that. Probably not. It's like after the fact, like, oh, you have a podcast? Let me check that out and get into shoujo or something. Yeah, like that's different if it's, yeah. But yes, what are your rocky roads? Okay, so the first one that I have is when Miyano is like desperately searching for Sasaki, noticing that he left. He's thinking to himself like, oh, don't leave. And like, I think he misunderstood. And he has this deep concern for being able to clarify and communicate his feelings. And that hit me very deeply. And the other one I have is when Miyano confesses to Sasaki. Sasaki starts like shedding tears without even realizing that it's happening at Miyano's confession. Kind of a release of those feelings that he'd held in for so long. And he's just like, oh, well, you can think on it longer. No rush. And Miyano's like, oh, I had quite a lot of time. And then Sasaki's like, time with you flew by. Oh my God, my heart could shatter in like a very sweet way, in like a loving way.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, it just gave me a lot of emotions.
I feel so many different things. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is all my rocky road.
Okay. I don't have nut or hot fudge.
Me neither. I just have one ice cream you scream.
I have one ice cream you scream too, but I already sort of went over it in that it's episode 12. What do you mean they hadn't exchanged numbers yet?
Yeah, that was my other ice cream you scream. But I'm for sure with you on that. That's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
My other ice cream you scream is that Kuresawa brings Tashiro outside for Miyano to tell him he's dating Sasaki, but Miyano was not ready to tell more people yet. He had only specifically confided in Kuresawa. I would still feel a type of way if this was a hetero relationship, but it's like extra a type of way because it's his first queer relationship.
Right. And like, I just feel when it comes to people coming out, you should just let them have the time.
1,000%. Yeah, it's on that person's time. Like, you can be happy for them and like want it to be a celebratory thing, but if they're not ready to celebrate with more people than just you, then you're not sharing that with anybody. It's not your information to share.
Right. And I feel like the reason why Kuresawa even did that is because in the prior episode, Tashiro just assumed that Sasaki and Miyano were already dating and clearly just didn't have more thoughts about it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a negative reaction, but at the same time, like, you're right in that Miyano should be able to tell Tashiro, like, on his own terms, yeah, I'm dating Sasaki now.
Right, yeah.
It's not really for Kuresawa to, like, conduct another coming out. Like, no.
No, yeah. But that's all I got.
Okay. Well, guys, let's get into the final episode, which is the OVA, episode 13. A tiny episode from before he realized his feelings. Here's our soft serve summary. Some weeks before Sasaki and Miyano begin dating, the school disciplinary committee changes leadership. A student reports that a cow-shaped keychain given to him by his girlfriend has gone missing, and Hanzawa takes it upon himself to locate it. As he and his friends search for it, Kuresawa questions Sasaki about whether he and Miyano are together. Sasaki says they are not, but does not deny having feelings for him, and Kuresawa promises to support them both no matter what. Miyano walks in on the conversation, and Kuresawa, assuming that Sasaki has not confessed and not wanting to embarrass Miyano, lies and says that Sasaki is helping him with math. However, Sasaki is uncomfortable with being dishonest with Miyano and later tells him the real reason they were talking. They encounter a cat carrying a key in its mouth, which turns out to be the misplaced key to the student council room. The cow keychain is then found inside soon after. Okay, and that's our summary. Gianna, do you have a theme?
I'm so sorry, I do not.
That's okay. Mine were kind of gags. Well, one is serious and one's a gag. One, cats rule.
Cats are the best, yeah.
Yeah. So I just liked seeing all just all these different cats. I was like, oh, they're so cute and chunky. Like, yeah. But that was more of the gag. The serious one is just full transparency with partners is the best.
For sure.
I don't have sprinkles on top. Do you?
I kind of do. I feel like it might have been something you touched on earlier in the series, though, so I can't remember. I feel like the way Miyano's feelings grew for Sasaki is kind of like when you're trying to get closer to a cat. It just kind of made me think of that.
I don't know if I said that, though.
Show them a little affection, right? Let them know that you're here. This is how you feel. This is how you care. And in their own time, if they trust you and grow to love you, they will show you and let you know in their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cute.
I know.
Okay. Let's move into Floats Your Boat. I thought that it was so cute that Miyano was taking over Hirano's role as, like, the vice chairman.
Yeah, that's great.
Because, like, he got so much guidance from Hirano, and now he's, like, the new Hirano. It's, like, very cute.
Stepping into his shoes. The first thing that I have is when Hanzawa is kind of, like, gathering everybody to create this squad of detectives to look for this keychain, and someone says, like, aren't you, like, a bit old for this? And Hanzawa was like, you're never too old to enjoy stuff like this. And I just really liked that sentiment that you can just like what you like at any age, and there's no age limit to enjoy what you enjoy.
Yeah, you can just do whatever it is you like, you know? Because I feel like people do that too. They just, especially online, like, young people have this way of trying to shame older people for having similar hobbies. And it's like, first of all, who do you think created the hobbies that you're doing to begin with? Like, not us, but like the people who are making those things are not your age. So
yeah, I see this on like fanfic Twitter a lot, which you would think I'm like, I really don't read fanfic. Every now and then I write fanfic, but I get a lot of like fanfic related tweets in my Twitter feed for some reason. And it's like these tweens think that their peers wrote their favorite fanfics, but it's probably someone in their 30s with actual life experience writing the actually well-written stuff. And I can say actually well-written because the shit I wrote when I was a tween is the most cringe-inducing, like, who allowed me to have a laptop? Like, you know, yeah.
I still have a list of like the Twilight fanfic that I used to read.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay, like fanfiction.net, okay, because y'all know I'm old, and Lemons, and all of those things. Like, I was there. I read 50 Shades of Grey when it was still on fanfiction.net for free.
Incredible. Oh my God.
And even when it came to like Twilight, you know, people liked Twilight, but moms liked Twilight.
Yeah, soccer moms in particular.
Yeah. So to me, I just feel like, you know, no matter what age you are, you should still be able to enjoy what you like, regardless of what age they assign to it. Like, unless it's like very crazy. Like, I don't mean to kink shame. I know that some people like to dress up as babies and shit, and like that's just
You do you.
Do whatever it is that makes you happy.
In private.
Yeah, because it's really, I don't want it to be my business at all. Don't make it my business. As in, just keep it to yourself or your peoples. But in any case, yeah. I just feel like I have so many different cat-related stuff. So it's like the cat playing with the leaves. I thought that was very cute.
Very cute, absolutely. Every frame of a cat in this episode, just consider it a floats your boat for me.
Yeah, Miyano picking up the gray cat and stuff, or whatever color cat that was, and just being like, you shouldn't be in here.
Oh, that is so cute. You can't track dirt in here.
Right, yeah, very cute. Ooh, Miyano. I think it's just the fact that Ogasawara had a bell attached to his keys, and so the cats were attracted to it, right? But because all the cats were surrounding Ogasawara, Miyano started imagining him like, he's this great person. All the animals love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next thing I have is actually Kagu and Hirano. Why did we not get more of this?
Right? Because that was my next thing, too. It was like Kagi, whatever. He wants to spend more time with Hirano. And oh my gosh, first of all, he steals him, y'all. He steals him in broad daylight.
Yes.
And it's just like, I want to spend more time with you. And then I was just like, oh, injected in my vein.
Yeah, that is a dynamic I would love to see more of, because it really seems like there's something there. It's kind of similar in a way that, like, Kagu seems pretty upfront with how he feels, and Hirano is just kind of, like, softly blushing and not sure what to make of it.
No, because, like, the thing is, because I remember this at the beginning of the series, which I do think it's kind of weird that Miyano knows that, to be honest, but Hirano is a bottom.
Yeah.
So it plays into the dynamics, because it's like, I get it, okay? In the outside world, to the outside world, it's like, I got the answers. I know how to do the moves. I strategize. People go to me for shit. But then at home, it's different. And I was just like, ooh, tea. please, like, I wish they had their own, like, spin-off anime, because that is so me. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I just need more of that dynamic. It is very, very interesting, and I would love to see where it goes.
Me too. The Sasaki cat, I called it the Sasaki cat. There's all these different cats, but the Sasaki Miyano cat is the one that has 2 different color eyes.
Yeah.
So that cat had one of the keychains, or a keychain that somebody was looking for, and then I was just like, how cute.
That was very cute. Yeah, yeah.
And we even got to say goodbye to him. Like, they were saying goodbye. Where they say? Was it Sasaki? They were saying goodbye to Sasaki, and then the cat also was like, yeah. Like to say a cat goodbye.
And they're like, did the cat just respond?
Right, yeah.
One other cat thing, when one of the cats, I think it was the gray cat, kind of leaps through the window and Miyano and Sasaki are talking.
Yeah.
And Sasaki, like, scoops Miyano into a hug to get him out of the way of, like, the cat's leap and, like, kind of grabs the cat as well. I really liked that. That was very fun. The tension there was very nice, too.
It was cute because it was just like, what are you, it's a cat. Like, what are you protecting him from? But then at the same time, it's like, oh, he's holding Miyano. He's holding the cat. I'm happy. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just have one more.
Oh, I have technically, like, 3, I guess. But 2 of the ones that don't really, like, they're not, like, deep is I liked that the school they decided to ask the school to adopt the cats.
Yes, I really liked that.
And then also, I thought that it was genius of Miyano to be like, oh, we don't have a lint roller. Let's use tape to get, like, the cat fur off.
Yeah, that's, well, when you're around cats, you know all the tricks.
Yeah. But now I just have one too, but I feel like we probably have the same one.
Oh, mine is that the student council president secretly feeds the cats, and that's why there's so many cats around the school.
Oh, okay. No, mine was Sasaki telling Miyano the truth about his talk with Kuresawa.
Oh, right. I should have written that down. I highly agree. I really like that he was open and honest about that.
Yeah, because it's like, you don't have to lie. I like the fact that he felt uncomfortable with it and was just like, nah, like, I've got to fix this the same day, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess that's it for Floats Your Boat. So Banana Split.
I can get mine out of the way because it's just a continuation of my ice cream, use cream from the last episode.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's a very nice sentiment that Kuresawa thinks Sasaki and Miyano would be nice together. I really like that. But he also says, it's your business, so I won't say anything either way. Yet in the last episode, he forces Miyano to come out to Tashiro when he wasn't ready. So that's just where my mind was at for part of that exchange.
Yeah, like, I didn't like the fact that Kuresawa asked Sasaki if him and Miyano were dating because you're Miyano's friend. Why don't you ask Miyano?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It's very annoying for me. I'm just like, let's not.
Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, I wouldn't ask the potential partner of my friend if they were dating if I wasn't, like, close to them. I would ask my friend.
Yeah. That's same. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Very weird for me.
Like, I know he saved him from that fight, but they're not, like, close.
At all.
Yeah.
So it was very awkward, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the stuff that I had was, one, the guy that lost his keychain, I think he should get, like, one of those Bluetooth things that you attach to your keys. That's very practical and literal, but still, like, I think I got some for my parents one year. So it's like, if you have a habit of losing your keys, you can get a Bluetooth keychain to add to your keys. So then if you lose them, depending on how far off it is, you could still possibly find it.
That's a good invention. I didn't know that existed, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think they're kind of cheap on Amazon, but it's been a minute since I got the ones for my parents. So
yeah.
But yeah. Oh, another thing I had was because they were looking for the cow keychain one and the guy had already left. And so I was just like, I'm not actively searching for something that the owner isn't actively searching for either.
Right. He should have been part of the search. I don't know why I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Because I was just like, where is he? Because, bro, for what? Like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the fact that the cats were stealing the keys. I was banana split about it because I was just like, this should have been contained.
I kind of put that in nuts because I was like, why are there cats running rampant around this campus stealing people's keys? This is so random.
Right, and very specific because I would get it if it was like Ogasawara's keychain that had the bell on it. And so they're thinking, oh, it's a game, like I have to go get it or whatever. But the other ones... And even the one that the Sasaki Miyano cat had, it had like those fuzzy thing on it, which reminds me of those toys that you use for cats.
Oh, yeah.
So I got that as well. But the regular keys, no.
No. Yeah, I agree.
And then the other stuff, even in that box, I was like, how did they get that big shit? Like, well, some of the things is like, okay, I can see them biting it. But then one of them was like a whole ass ball. Like, how a big ball? Like, what?
These are some Olympic performing cats.
For real. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's it for Banana Split.
Okay.
So let's move to Ice Cream You Scream.
Okay, the only thing I have in Ice Cream You Scream, and I kind of touched on this already, is that I would have rather had the OVA be post them getting together rather than before Miyano realized his feelings because, like I said, I love me some pining, but we had a lot of that, and I want more of them falling deeper in love.
Yeah, or even if it's like, because I'm hoping that that's... I guess, spoiler alert, not really. Like, the film we're going to be doing is Sasaki and Miyano graduation.
Right. You could have guessed.
Yeah. Like
we were getting there.
So, next time you hear us, it's still Sasaki and Miyano time.
Yes.
So, I'm hoping that we get to see, like, more of their dating life in the film.
I really, really hope so. I'm so afraid that it's going to be like akin to when we were reading Maid-sama for last year's anniversary where there was like they got together but then there was like this study arc where they like couldn't be together. I'm like, please, for the love of fucking God, please don't do that to us.
Right. And like, I hope this doesn't happen, but watch it happen. It's going to be basically like a study arc, but it's Miyano's study arc for him to get into college. And so,
oh my God.
And you know how Miyano's in his head all the time. So he's like, I don't have time for my feelings for him.
Oh,
and stuff.
Please, it's too like, it's too close to like, oh my God, what's the fucking word?
Home.
Right. Like it could so happen.
Right.
Like I
don't
see
want this to happen. But if this does, but still like, oh, like I don't have time for my feelings. And then it's just like these, like, Sasaki trying to figure out a way to meet, you know, to like reaffirm feelings, to get to the point where he's just like, you know, maybe he's just using all of the studying as an excuse to break up with me. Like some shit like that.
Oh,
I hope it's not.
Please, God, no. I need warm, fuzzy
cuteness.
Content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? Oh, okay. Recovering from the like scary potentials to like, what if it's ramping up to an I love you instead and it's those nerves?
Ooh.
From an I like you to an I love you. Ooh. And like, I want to be with you past graduation.
Well, yeah. Like, this is for real.
Right.
And like, we're telling our families now. Like,
ooh,
that's what I want. But yeah. Yeah, I agree. Because basically that was my Ice Cream You Scream, is that I kind of wanted the OVA to be what they did on Christmas, or maybe even shortly after Miyano confesses to Sasaki, and it's just like, okay, how are we gonna be now? What are the ground rules? Like that sort of thing. I would have liked that.
Yeah, that would have been nice too.
But I mean, I was glad at least in this OVA we got to see Hirano and his little love interest.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah. But I guess that's it for this episode. So guys, we made it our first Shoujo BL, our first Shoujo Sangay for reals moment.
Yes, yes.
In Pride Month.
It feels so special.
For real, right? Like, we're so queer. Y'all thought we weren't gonna celebrate our month?
Right.
Not only are we celebrating it, we're jump starting early into May. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
We are queer year round, but still.
Yes.
It was nice to be able to like do this. So I hope y'all enjoyed our coverage of Sasamiya.
Here I go again.
My. How could I resist you?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you liked it, please make sure to leave us 5 stars. Okay, I know that we sometimes we say it, sometimes we don't, but legitimately it helps us so much. So leave us 5 stars on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. We're going to be fighting the homophobes. So, yeah, really be sure to leave us those 5 stars, especially on Apple. We would love if you left us a written review on Apple because a lot of people kind of do podcast litmus tests on there.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we are still fighting against those review bombers. How do we go from literally 5-star podcast, 5.0 podcast to now 4.8? Nah, like y'all can't stand for this. Y'all gotta fight back for us. Like,
It'll help bring us back to 5, pretty please.
yeah, or at least 4.9. So please leave us the 5 stars, Apple, Spotify, and then anywhere else. We would appreciate it so much. Yeah, we did the speak pipe thing. So yeah, y'all got basically whatever Sunday this drops, y'all got until the following Sunday to send in your voicemails so that they could possibly be included in our anniversary episodes. Episode. Yeah, so with that, let's thank our beautiful, magnificent, strong, manly, because, you know, it's a diverse pool, our patrons.
Yes, starting with our Sprinkles patrons, thank you so much to Pete, PJ, Akemi, and Miles. Thank you so much to our wonderful whipped cream patron, Mark M., and our hot fudge patrons, Aaron, AJ, Mackenzie, Mark D., and Mary. Thank you all so very much for being our wonderful patrons.
Yes, thank you. Please consider joining the Shoujo Sundae Patreon. Every bit helps into us getting editing help. And guys, I'm telling you, I don't know, maybe if we had upwards of like $30, $40 more, we could really be weekly. So that's why it's like we're trying to push y'all to help us, but legitimately, even if you join the sprinkle tier, join, because every little bit helps into us getting editing help. And y'all would love to have Shoujo Sundae every Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little biased, but I know that I would.
Right? Because we have a great time.
We have such a good time. There's so much that we want to talk about that we wish we could cover, but being bi-weekly, we can't get to longer shows and longer series. So we really want to dive into this stuff that we know that you would also love to talk with us about, like in our Discord and on social media and stuff like that. So like, if we could be weekly, we can get to stuff that's longer.
Yeah. Like, do you know, like, I have been raking my mind through the coals, through the trees, through the river, to grandmother's house we go. I've been trying to figure out how I could get us to watch Revolutionary Girl Utena, and there are so many episodes. So guys, if y'all need a targeted series, if y'all want us to cover Revolutionary Girl Utena, Fushugi Yugi, Rose of Versailles, Anisama E, okay, I'm getting to those retros. The retro stuff that y'all like is long. Shit, even Nana. If y'all want us to get to those shows, y'all have to join the Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in any case, so if you'd like to follow Shoujo Sundae, if you aren't, we are Shoujo with a U Sundae, like ice cream sundae, across all socials, including Blue Sky and Threads. And if you'd like to follow us individually, I'm Chika Supreme. You can find me in the Shoujo Sundae Discord that is in our show notes. Well, our link tree is in our show notes, and the invite to Discord is in our link tree. But yeah, so you can find me in there. But if you do want to, I guess, connect with me on social, if I'm back, I'm on Blue Sky and on Instagram, Chika Supreme, Chika with a K and not 2 C's. Giana?
Hi guys, I am Giana Luna. You can stream my debut single, Twilight Champagne, on any music platform. And you can follow me on Blue Sky, Giana Luna. That's just one word, no underscores. But everywhere else, I am at Giana_Luna_, and that is Giana with one N.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time for Sasaki and Miyano graduation.
Yes, we will see you then.
Bye.